السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الأخوة الأفاضل المستثمرين والمحللين والمساهمين، نرحب بكم في هذه جلسة النقاش والذي تنظمه بورصة مسقط، وذلك لعرض النتائج المالية للشركة لفترة 6 أشهر المنتهية في 30 يونيو 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, investors and shareholders, you are welcome to this discussion session organized by Muscat Stock Exchange to present the company financial result for the 6-month period ending June 30 June 2026. This section will be shared by Mr. A. N. Venkat, the CEO of the company.
Shukran, thank you. Okay, good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for joining the call, gentlemen and ladies, if there are any ladies. Thank you for joining the call. We are happy to present the performance of the first 6 months of 2026. For those, the first 2 slides, I think most of you are aware, but if anybody who is joined for the first time regarding the company, I'll quickly go through. Jazeera Steel was established in 1996 as Al Jazeera Steel Products Company, SAOG, is an Oman-based manufacturer of steel products. We operate through 2 business divisions, namely tube mill and merchant bar. We manufacture and market various types of steel products, including black pipes, galvanized pipes, hollow sections, merchant bar mill products, and rebars. Our products have diverse applications, including construction, scaffolding, irrigation, agriculture, engineering, fencing, steam and gas facilities, firefighting, water and sanitation pipes, gas and oil carrying pipelines. Next one, please. Our tube mill has 4 production lines with a cumulative production capacity of 300,000 tons per annum. Our merchant bar mill has a production capacity of 300,000 tons per annum and manufactures various steel products such as channels, angles, flats, squares, rounds, and rebars. Apart from Oman, Al Jazeera's key markets include the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and other export markets. Both the manufacturing facilities, that is the pipe mill and the tube mill and the merchant bar mill, are based very close to the Sohar port within 10 kilometers, providing a competitive advantage in terms of logistics and access to key markets. Please go ahead. So in terms of subsidiaries, Al Jazeera Steel has 2 subsidiaries. Al Jazeera Steel Products Company, SAOG Oman, has 2 subsidiaries, one in Saudi and one in UAE. Al Jazeera Steel Oman Steel Products Company, Saudi, the parent company holds 100% in this company. It's a limited liability company registered in Saudi Arabia. The principal activities of the company are import and sale of steel products manufactured by the parent company. The parent company acquired 51% shareholding in the subsidiary on 15 June 2015 and acquired the remaining 49% shareholding on 31st March 2017. Al Jazeera Steel Products Company, LLC, UAE, is a new venture. The parent company holds 80% shares in Al Jazeera Steel Products Company, LLC, a limited liability company registered in UAE. The subsidiary company is setting up 450,000 metric ton per annum state-of-the-art new medium section mill in Khalifa Economic Zone, Abu Dhabi. The subsidiary was incorporated on 4th October 2022. Please go ahead. In terms of operational achievements, Jazeera Steel successfully went through the API Q1 10th edition and API File 46th edition surveillance audit. Importantly, Jazeera Steel successfully fulfilled the first order for Dalil Petroleum for line pipes, strengthening our position as a reliable supplier to the oil and gas segment. The Jazeera Steel medium section mill project in UAE was commissioned as planned in record time and is undergoing successful rolling trials. One thing very important, everybody knows the situation in the Gulf over the last 4 or 5 months. However, Jazeera Steel managed to steer through these tough challenges posed by the geopolitical situation and managed to maintain revenues and improve profitability by almost 19% quarter on quarter. Go ahead, please. Awards and recognitions. Jazeera Steel was awarded Shield of Leadership by the Ministry of Labor of Oman in recognition of being a leading and distinguished company in North Baltina. Jazeera Steel was awarded the Mara Excellence Award 2026 for excellence in supporting women's initiative and community service. Jazeera Steel was honored by the Oman Charitable Organization under the theme Together We Create Impact during its Social Responsibility Partners Appreciation Ceremony, held under the patronage of His Excellency Syed Hamoud bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior, for our generous contributions towards social responsibility. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. Yeah. Yeah, I will hand over the financial performance presentation to our CFO, Mr. Bijoy John. Mr. Bijoy, please, if you could take over from here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the detailed this thing. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are happy to present the H1 2026 performance snapshot. In terms of revenue, in H1 2026, we achieved 74.6 million versus H1 2025, 75.82, a small dip of 2%. With reference to EBITDA, H1 2026, we achieved 6.036 million versus H1 2025, 5.6 million, an increase of 8%. Profit after tax, in 2026, we achieved 4.8 million versus 2025, 4.2 million, an increase of 13%. And in terms of return on assets, from 8.2% to 8.9%, and in terms of net profit, 5.6% to 6.5% increase is there compared to the previous corresponding period. In terms of quantity, we achieved 253,000 versus 260,000 corresponding to the previous quarter, previous H1, a slight dip of 3%. You all know that again the various geopolitical issues, but in spite of that, we are able to maintain almost the same tonnages. In terms of revenue, as I already mentioned, there is a small dip of 2%, but cost of sales reduced by 3%. And I want to highlight here, this is one of the main reasons the profit has gone up. We are able to focus on the reduction in the cost of sales, the cost of raw material, which is almost 90% of our total cost, total expense. So the gross profit increased by 793,000, an increase of 6%. It is all because of the cost of sales, the savings in the cost of sales. Selling and distribution expenses increased by 4%. General and administration expenses increased by 7%. Other operating expenses increased by 51%, but the value-wise is a very small amount. Again, there is a substantial saving in the interest expenses by 30% when compared to the previous corresponding period. And income tax expenses increased by 2% because of the increase in the profit. So overall, the profit increased from 4.2 million to 4.8 million, an increase of 13%. With regard to earnings per share, from 34 paisa to 39 paisa, an increase of 15%. With regard to the ratio analysis, inventory turnover ratio has from 5.2 times, it has gone down to 3.6 times. With regard to inventory turnover in days, from 70 days to 103. Everyone knows that again, due to the geopolitical issues, the transportation and getting this raw material from abroad, from outside Oman through sea is a challenge now. So we have to a little bit overstock, and that is the main reason this inventory has gone up. Then regarding the debtors turnover ratio, from 4.3 to 4.4, almost the same. In terms of debtors in days also, 85 days to 83 days. Creditors turnover ratio, 21 to 22. Creditors turnover in days, from 18 days to 16, almost the same. Current ratio 1.7 in the previous quarter, previous half year to 1.9. Quick ratio 1.1 in 2025 versus in 2026 it's 1. Net operating cycle in days is depleted from 137 to 170 days. It is all on account of the inventory days. There's a high, it's around due to the high inventory stock, which we can easily liquidate. It's on a cautious, on a precaution basis. We stocked it on the high side. Capital employed turnover ratio is from 2.5 to 2.2. Return on asset improved from 8.2% to 8.9%. Similarly, net profit percentage also improved from 5.6 to 6.5%. Now, if the members want to ask any questions or any doubts or any clarifications, please. Yes, Mr. Rao.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Could you please go ahead with your question?
Yes, Mr. Rao.
I think we can't hear. Maybe we will come back. We'll go to Manna Thomas.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Thank you for this presentation. I have some few questions. May I continue?
Please.
Yeah, you're from United Securities. Okay, go ahead, please.
Correct. Yes. With regarding to the Dubai operations, in the notes it's mentioned that there was a delay due to the geopolitical situation, but I see in the presentation you said that it has commissioned in time. So can you please provide a clarity on that? Was there a delay or?
See, in terms of operational commissioning, we have commissioned more or less in time. But in terms of getting some of the clearances, civil defense clearance and others, we've had some delays simply because civil defense and all requires a lot of work on the outside of the buildings. And we could not work in the outside of the buildings for 2 to 3 months because of the situation. So that is the dichotomy. So while the plant has been commissioned on time, some of the peripheral services we could not commission on time.
Okay, understood. And in regards to the US operations, which you mentioned in the disclosure, what is the expected revenue contribution and the timeline to profitability for the US operation? And also with regards to the margins, will it be on a higher in terms compared to the GCC?
This is regarding, I think.
Yeah, one second. Vijay, this is more a facility for providing service to the customers rather than from increasing volume or profitability point of view. Because we are looking at API, selling API into the US, a small quantity, a very small quantity. But many of the customers there required the pipes to be in coated form. So this company is mainly to facilitate the coating of pipes and sales to the customers. So it just ensures that whatever volume we are selling, we are able to maintain those volumes because we want to, as a company, reduce the quantity of standard pipes we are selling into the US and maintain overall volume by diversifying the product mix. That's all. We don't want to increase volume. We want to focus on the domestic market more so.
Okay, understood. I'll go back into you. Thank you for the answers.
Thank you. Yes, John.
No, sorry, sir. I just raised it by mistake.
Anybody has any questions, please?
Yeah,
Yes,
Mr.
please.
Sandesh Shetty. Please introduce yourself and just ask the question, please.
Yeah, hi. Hi, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for the call. My name is Sandesh Shetty. I'm an analyst at Uber Capital. So I had just two questions with respect to the first is on your capex guidance. If you could provide an outlook on your capex guidance for this year and for next year, it would be really helpful. And also on the second part would be on your effective interest rate on your debt part. If you could provide some update on that as well, like what effective interest rate it is.
So I think you're better to address this question.
See, regarding the capex guidance, we have just completed, one of the major investment from the parent company is basically for the MSM commissioning. It is already done. So we are also planning, we are also not, that in 2027, we will not be able to, our first aim is to commission this one, the MSM right now in the Abu Dhabi plant. Then once it is stabilized, we will think about for the next phase. Then the interest is basically, I can right now tell about the percentage of interest, what we are getting from the banks. Of course, we are in a much, Jazeera, we never defaulted any bank payments. In fact, we always pre-closure all the loans well in time, and we never defaulted. So of course, we enjoy a better rate compared to other corporates.
Okay.
I hope this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for.
Yep.
Yes, Mr. Sandesh. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I guess there are no questions I'll ask. So also, if you could provide your capacity utilization levels for your tube mill and merchant bar mill, like how it has been the trend in 1Q, 2Q, or overall in 1H26, if you could share some light on that.
Look, our notional capacity for both the mills is about 300,000 tons. But those capacities are normally not achieved because it is assuming one set of product mix where you're rolling the biggest sizes possible. But we have to roll multiple sizes across, from small to big. Therefore, normally the true capacities, the nameplate capacities are normally not achieved. By the end of the year, I think we will be at somewhere between 70 to 75% capacity in both the mills. Somewhere around we'll be achieving anywhere between 200 to 225,000 tons in both tube mill and in the merchant bar mill. But as you would have seen, our revenues have fallen, but our profitabilities have increased. We tend to focus more on profitability rather than only capacity utilization. At the end of the day, the product mix which you sell, the pricing at which you sell, the markets to which you sell makes more impact than just purely focusing on capacity utilization.
Okay, understood. Also, like speaking on the product mix as well, if you could share some light, like what the breakup of it, like how much of the percentage is towards API and other products as well, and also some information on the margin part as well, that would be really helpful, like on these products mix. Second thing, also on the geographic mix as well, like how much is your domestic and your export market, and in export, how much is from Saudi or USA? Like if some breakup is available, that would be really helpful.
See, look, to be honest, I don't want to go into very detailed breakup of market-wise. That is proprietary information. One-to-one, if you ask me, I'll give it to you. But it's not a good idea to share. It's very competitive in nature because it's a commodity market. But I can tell you something, more than 80% of our sales is to our domestic regional markets. Less than 15% is in exports all over the world. Okay, this is our this thing. API is a new product. We have just about started rolling. So we have rolled about close to 1,500 tons only this year. We hope to, in the future, we hope for this product to contribute anywhere between 10 to 20% of our sales. But that will take more around 2 to 3 years, because more than our production capability, it is up to PDO and others to sort of give us the orders which we require. We are battling with the oil and gas companies to support the local companies. Let's see how that goes. Okay.
Okay, and just last question on your Abu Dhabi rolling mill, like when can we expect the commercial production to begin and how much like revenue is expected to be could we expect to be contributed to the total revenue part? Also on the EBITDA level as well, how much can we expect?
See, we expect to be commercial production in somewhere in October. October mid to October end is when we are expecting the commercial production to take place. Okay. One of the main issues we face nowadays, more than our own capability, is logistics. To be honest, getting material into this part of the world is a Herculean task. It is not easy. Not only raw materials, even spares, consumables. I mean, it's not easy to run a steel plant in such a scenario. We would want to reach by the end of the year somewhere around 8 to 10,000 tons of production in that mill and slowly ramp it up by mid next year. Okay. Again, one of the problems which is facing capacity utilization would be the ability to export, which is sort of restricted because of the shipment issues. We can use only one port. We can't use any of the local ports, at least as of now. Hopefully, it gets opened up in the next 2 to 3 months. So, in terms of EBITDA numbers and all, I think Bijoy would be in a better position to tell you. Bijoy, you have an idea on this?
Yeah, we will be in a better position because this year the total ramp up will happen because that it is not easy at such a kind of a mill now. That is, the full-fledged production will start from the profitability will come from next year onwards, from 2027 onwards.
Okay. Thank you for your call.
Yeah.
I think this has been one of the most challenging years in terms of running the operation. I think the team has done a fabulous job in terms of switching markets, arranging material, managing with available material, and also more importantly managing people, because there was a lot of panic during that phase here. Any other questions, please? Hello? Otherwise, we can say thank you and thanks a lot for your support, shareholders and investors. Mr. Nanda.
شكرا على حضوركم. شكرا. جزاكم الله خير على حضوركم.
Somebody is asking.
Kalpa 1 minute actually. Preetham Nanda, please introduce and just ask the question, please.
Hi, this is Preetham Nanda from Bank Dhofar Asset Management. I just had one small question. From which geographies do you import your raw materials?
Hot rolled coils come from all over the globe. Okay. It comes from India, it comes from China, it comes from wherever, Korea, Japan. Billets come from local production, which is GCC. We get from Oman, we get from UAE, we get sometimes from India, and then a good part of it comes from China also.
Okay, but did you have to face a lot of challenge while using the Omani ports as well?
Yes. In fact, the challenge has become even more now, because all the other regional steel mills have started using the port of Sohar. So we are not getting, our material is getting delayed. We are having vessels coming and waiting for berthing for 1 to 1.5 months.
Oh, okay. That's a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Khalifa, you can. No, Khalifa, you're on a mute. Can you unmute?
شكرا جزيلا على تفاعلكم وحضوركم الجلسة النقاشية. جزاكم الله خير. نشوفكم إن شاء الله على خير بإذن الله.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.